Welcome back, America. We're here with our friend Stephen Miller, the ubiquitous Stephen Miller, and that's a good thing. You know, Stephen Miller, President Trump sees the manufacturing base in this country over the last quarter century really on its back as a result of tax policies and other policies of our government. He sees a bloated government completely out of control. Doge made that quite obvious. He sees tax rates on our corporations that are higher than anywhere else in the free industrial world. He sees all these things going on, and he's trying to tackle them one after another. He wants to slash taxes, slash them for corporations. He wants companies to come into the United States. He's trying to reduce the size of government, get rid of the bloat and so forth and so on one side, create wealth and prosperity, tax cut. And on the other, he's saying, look, we've got to reindustrialize America. Our manufacturing base is hurting and so forth and so on. And of course, he gets resistance from the same quarters that have been overseeing this decline. What do you make of all this?
Mark, the same people that are criticizing President Trump's agenda to restore America, to usher in this new golden age, are the ones who ordered us to lock down during COVID and close all of the schools. They're the ones who opened the borders and flooded our cities with illegal aliens. They're the ones who brought us nothing but death and destruction in the Middle East, one disaster after another. They are the ones who empowered a federal bureaucracy to steal our rights and our voices as citizens, crush dissent, crush free speech, crush industry. They're the ones who allowed China and foreign countries to take our most essential industries out of the United States, gravely imperiling our national security and destroying the working and middle classes of this country. That is what President Trump inherited. That is what he is boldly and bravely repairing every single day. The southern border now, under his leadership, has the lowest number of legal crossings in the history of the United States of America. Not in the last 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, in the history of these United States. Under President Trump, for the first time since the rise of China, we are protecting and defending our jobs and our manufacturing base. And we are preventing foreign countries from making it impossible to defend ourselves in the event of a national emergency. Manufacturing security is national security. And he is taking on the rogue bureaucracy and the rogue judiciary that have sapped and stolen and frittered away the rights of our people and pushed them into the hands of unelected power centers. He is, in every sense of the word, restoring national democracy and popular sovereignty. He is making America free again, Mark.
100%. Very well stated. Now, we must have these tax cuts. They must be deep. They must be broad. They really kick the economy into high gear while we're working on these tariffs, too. And then we get the usual hand-wringers talking about the deficit. I think people need to understand tax cuts don't create deficits. Government spending creates deficits. Tax cuts mean nothing more than people get to keep what they earned and spend it and invest it and expand it and hire more people and give them more benefits and so forth and so on. Why do you think people think, not our people here, but people in Washington think it's more righteous for them to keep the money and redistribute it and print it than people who actually make it, who get to keep it and create prosperity? What is with these people?
The most inefficient way to spend a dollar is to tax a worker, take his money, give it to the government, and then pay a government worker to work from home and watch Netflix. That is the actual least efficient way imaginable to spend the dollar. And that is why President Trump is, number one, shrinking the federal workforce, returning our workers, making sure that the government is doing its essential functions, not wasting money, including, by the way, billions of dollars on gender studies, diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, and insane foreign aid programs. But as you mentioned, what we are also doing, what President Trump is doing, is he's demanding the passage of the biggest and boldest package of tax cuts and reforms in American history. During the first Trump term, where we had the greatest economy in history, revenue went up every single year after the tax cuts, and it will again here too. When President Trump unleashes the private sector, the workers, the factories, the plants, the manufacturers, to build and grow and hire and invest, we will see a revenue boom, a productivity boom, and a jobs boom, the likes of which this nation has never seen before, Mark.
I'll be right back.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.